Welcome back to Big Eats, everyone. I am your chef, Leah, and if you don't remember, this week's theme is trending foods. Our special guest today...
Leah, what are you doing here?
Hey, Anson. We're filming an episode of Big Eats.
Oh, what are you making today?
Well, what are some of your favorite comfort foods?
I really like macaroni and cheese and boba.
Oh, I've been seeing a lot of that on Instagram, too. Yeah. Do you want to try making it today?
Love to.
Okay, let's try it. Our ingredients for tapioca balls are some brown sugar and then a little bit more for when you're done cooking the boba.
Yeah, you also need some tapioca starch and some water.
Yeah, that's it. It's really simple. For our milk tea, we are going to use some sugar. We have a combination of white and brown. We also have this jasmine tea, but you can use any tea that you want. You can use oolong or black tea. Anything that you have in your house is fine.
Yeah, and you should also use half and half and a pot with water.
Our mac and cheese will need, of course, some cheese. We have sharp cheddar here and Parmesan from our lasagna episode that we had left over, but you can use really any cheese that you want, any cheese that you find in your house or at the grocery store. But we just like sharp cheddar because it gives it a really nice flavor. And then we also have some butter and milk.
Yeah, some other ingredients that you'll need is some macaroni, some black pepper, some salt. These are some optional ingredients, and this one is dried up garlic as well as crushed up mustard.
Yeah, and for the pasta, you can really use any shape that you want. So we don't have elbow today, but we have this. It's like a little twistier, or you can use any other shape that you want. We're gonna start with making our tapioca pearls.
Wait, Leah, I think your phone's ringing.
Oh, I think it is.
Hi SGC, I hope you're enjoying today's episode of Big Eats. I wanted to pop in because I wanted to tell you that boba is made from a root vegetable. The tapioca balls are made by extracting starch from cassava roots, which is a long tuberous plant native to Brazil. Cassava has been used by indigenous people as an essential source of carbohydrates as early as the 1400s. Now, next time you have boba, you'll know. Catch you next time.
Wait, does that mean boba can be my only source of carbohydrates?
Well, technically yes, but you need other carbohydrates too from other foods because I don't think it would be very fun on your digestive tract, but you can get carbohydrates from a lot of other things like vegetables and fruits and different breads and rices. Okay, to start our boba balls, we're going to add our water and our sugar to the pan, and we're just going to dissolve it first. So we're gonna bring this mixture up to a boil and we're gonna stir occasionally.
Whoa, this is really starting to bubble.
Yeah.
Do I need to break up the little bits of brown sugar?
Yeah, I think that would be good. Ooh. I'm just gonna lower this heat a little bit, but make sure you stir now because we don't want it to burn on the bottom.
How do you know when it's done?
Well, when you can't feel any more sugar underneath your spatula. All right, is it all dissolved?
I think it is.
Okay. Now that our sugar is dissolved and this is up to a simmer, we are going to add about a third to a half of our tapioca starch. Okay, and then we're gonna stir. And what you want it to look like is kind of like a watery mochi. You gotta stir vigorously, man.
There's a lot of clumps.
You just gotta stir.
Am I not doing it right? Oh no.
You got it.
Ooh, it's starting to smell like boba.
Oh, very cool. So we've incorporated all of that half of the tapioca flour, and we'll show you what it looks like in our pan. So the heat is off now, and we're gonna add the rest of our tapioca flour, and we're gonna stir until the mixture combines. We also have some extra tapioca flour on the side.
Ooh, it's getting thick.
Yeah. Even though it might not look like it's gonna come together, you just gotta be patient and it'll come together soon enough. Even though it might not look like it's gonna come together, you just gotta be patient and keep stirring. How's it going, Anson?
It does not look like it's coming together, Leah.
I think you just have to keep on mixing. It's
You're
close.
Right. Does all the tapioca flour starch have to mix up?
It does, yes. But you're getting close.
Oh no.
You might want to scrape that on the side because that has like a lot of moist bits.
Oh, this is a workout. Do you want to try?
Okay.
It's not as easy as it looks, Leah.
That's why I'm not doing it. All right, once it's kind of mixed in, you can put it onto your, what's it called?
Cutting board?
Cutting board.
This was a lot of hard work. I'm glad I stayed patient.
Yeah, so once you're done, you're gonna put it on your cutting board. And it's okay if it's a little lumpy like this because we're gonna knead it for just a few seconds until it comes together. And it's gonna be hot, so be careful. This burns a little bit, but that's okay.
Hey everyone, it's Steph editing this Big Eats episode. I just wanted to pop on and tell you guys, don't listen to Leah here. If it's hot, please don't touch it yet. It's not okay. Wait till it cools down before you start kneading it.
All right, it's having a little bit of trouble coming together, which means that I'm gonna add just the slightest bit of water. And if yours is too wet, then you can add more tapioca starch. So you can put it in depending on the consistency, but you don't want to put in too much water or else it'll not be good. This is gonna take a while. So maybe Steph can fast forward or...
Yes, Leah.
Wait, do you want to wipe your forehead?
Yeah.
You're sweaty. You're crumbly. Why are you so crumbly, dude? Anson, while I'm kneading this, what is your favorite boba spot to go to?
I really like to go to a cool tea bar. It's on the ocean.
Oh. What is your go-to drink there?
I really like their house milk tea with grass jelly and boba.
Oh, grass jelly. Do you guys like grass jelly?
Hey Leah,
Okay.
what's the difference between brown sugar and regular sugar?
Well, brown sugar is actually just white sugar, but it has a little bit of molasses inside. That's what gives it its brown color.
That's cool.
Yeah. Light brown sugar has less molasses than dark brown sugar.
What about powdered sugar?
Well, powdered sugar is also the same thing as white sugar, but it's just ground up in like a blender. So you can even do it at home. You can take your regular white sugar and put it in the blender and blitz it, and then it'll become powdered sugar. Awesome.
Awesome. Do you notice if people like act a certain way in front of the camera? Like they're just more stiff?
Yeah, sometimes people are really quiet. Usually they're like very big talkers. Yeah. But Anson, you're doing a great job of talking.
Thank you. I'll just try to be myself.
Pretend you're talking to Steph.
Hi Anson. Hi Leah.
That's so funny. You are the chef.
I am the chef.
You know best for your food.
I know best for my food. This is a little bit of a long process, I think I measured out too much tapioca starch, so there wasn't enough water. That's why we need to add more water. So just be careful when you measure your ingredients. It's like, this kind of reminds me of like quicksand.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say pottery. Like making different vases or something. Hey Leah, what's your favorite boba place?
Well, that would probably be Boba, guys. There's this drink there. It's called Hoji Cha milk tea. And I think it's seasonal, but it's very yummy. And I get it with regular boba pearls. And Hoji Cha is roasted green tea.
Wow.
Hey, Anson.
Oh,
Do you know where boba came from? Where it originated?
was it from Hong Kong?
Actually, it originated from Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have some of the most famous boba places there. But you know, when I was traveling there, I was trying their boba, and their boba pearls are actually like mini versions. So the ones we have here, are a little bigger, but I like the ones that we have here because I can actually chew them. Because the small ones kind of just slip through.
Can you make a boba pearl that's like the size of that?
You could, although it would take so long to cook, and I don't know if the outside would be very good because it would probably be very mushy. Wash your hands, everybody. Don't do this at home. It feels sticky because of the sugar. All right, now that we have kneaded our big giant boba ball, we are going to separate it into smaller bits, smaller chunks. Let's work with maybe a quarter at a time, or thirds, yeah, let's see. And then we're just gonna wrap the pieces that we're not working with in some plastic wrap, just to make sure it doesn't dry out.
This is hard.
It's okay. And then with our one piece, we're just going to roll it into a long strip. This be crumbly dough. Oh, yes, don't work with a knife on your cutting board.
Good job, Anson. Leah, come on.
Now that looks like clay.
It really does, huh? I think there's a little too much water in here. It's all trial and error, guys.
Do you need help? Are your hands getting tired?
Nah, I'm strong.
Remember to exercise at least 5 times a week.
For 30 minutes.
A day.
All right, now that we have our little chunk of dough, we are going to roll it into like a long snake. Anson, do you want to do it?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay. So, what you want to do, you want to put it flat and start to roll up and down.
Do you want me to hold the cutting board for you?
Yes, please. That would be great.
And you can use 2 hands if it gets too long.
Yeah. Is this good enough? Or do you want the pearls to be smaller?
I think you just need to make it more even.
Got it.
Wow, good job, Anson.
Thank you.
Sorry. Okay, this is good, right?
Yes.
Now that we have our snake, we're just gonna cut it into boba-sized little squares, and then we're gonna roll it and then put it in a bowl.太大了.
Sorry. How's this?
That's good.
Too small. Oh. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
It's okay. Oh no! Alright, don't worry.
This might be too moist.
Yeah, it's okay.
Next batch will be a little less.
There we go.
Alright, now that we've cut our little pieces, we're just going to put it in between our hands and we're just going to roll it into a ball. Once it's in the shape of a ball, we're going to put it in our bowl. And then we're just going to do that for all of them.
Each single tapioca pearl is made one of a kind, just like you.
You're right, Anson. Oh yeah, Steph, you could just fast forward this and then you can just put in questions for the kids to answer while they're watching.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm bored.
Hi, board. I'm answered.
Not funny.
Face I made was funny.
Face you make always funny. I don't know if Steph's gonna put that in there.
Oh.
Maybe we should just take away my comment at the end.
It is definitely staying in there.
Hey viewer, comment down on the side whatever boba place you like to go to and your favorite drink.
Nobody asked, but my favorite boba place is Cool Tea Bar as well, same as Anson. But I like the jasmine milk tea with boba.
So here's a way to say boba milk tea in Cantonese. 珍珠奶茶.
How do you say boba in Spanish? Comment down below or on the side. Okay, we have all of our rolled boba balls.
Boba balls.
Now we are going to put them in boiling water. Be careful. So we're just going to boil them for about 12 to 15 minutes. Be very careful when you're putting it in. Do you want to stir it with this? Don't do it like me.
Hey kiddos, Leah very dangerously dropped the boba balls into the boiling water. But here's a tip for you. Why don't you guys put the boba balls into the strainer thing that Anson is holding and carefully lower it into the pot so you don't get the splash.
Thank you. We're stirring with our strainer, but you should probably stir with something else, like a spatula. But you do want a lot of water when you boil the boba because you want it to not stick together and you want the starches to be able to release. now that our boba has boiled for about 15 minutes, we're gonna put the cover on it, and then we're just gonna let it sit on the side over here, and we're gonna let it sit covered for about 10 minutes. Guys, try saying this 10 times fast. Go, 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 go. Do you know what that means?
Well, if you don't know, let me explain. That means that brother is taller than that brother over there.
For our milk tea, because we're done with our boba, it's just sitting right here. We are going to boil it, and then we're just gonna pour, out of the 5 cups, we're gonna pour 1 cup into our measuring cup. So would you do the honors? Be very careful with this step because it can be really hot.
Boiling water.
Yeah, let me just turn this off.
Kind of scared.
You got it. I can tell you when to stop. Oh, that's good. Okay. And we're making a simple syrup. So we're just going to pour that into our sugar. And usually a simple syrup is made on the stove, but we don't really want to use another pot, and it's still hot, so we're just gonna dissolve it in here. And this is gonna be our sugar syrup for our milk tea. Okay, so we're just letting this sit for a moment because we want it to go down in temperature just by a little bit. See, it's almost all dissolved. It's a really pretty color though. It's like nice and golden and brown.
Wow.
Now that our syrup is done, we're going to add probably just like 4 tea bags depending on how strong you want it. And then we're just gonna put that right into our hot water and let it steep for about 8 minutes or so. We're just gonna put our tea bags in, and then we're just gonna let it hang over. The tea smells really good. Make sure you don't drink this at night because it does have caffeine. Now that our simple syrup is done and our tea is steeping, we're going to take the boba out of the pot, if that is possible. I'm gonna use the spoon to help me. And we're just gonna put it in cold water because we want it to get a little chewier and to rinse off some of the starches. I'll be back in a minute. Now that we have put our boba in cold water, oops, it's kind of stuck. We're just going to put it in a bowl, and then we're gonna add our brown sugar, our 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Do you mind getting that, Anson?
Yes.
It's on the cart.
Oh.
Now that all of our boba is in this bowl, we are going to add our brown sugar. And then we're just gonna let it sit. So we're gonna mix it in. We're just gonna mix it in now. And we're just gonna let it sit on the side until we're ready to assemble it. What do you think?
I like it. It's looking very sticky, definitely. I got no words.
He got no words. Okay, we are starting on our mac and cheese now. So what we're gonna do is we're going to add our milk. And we're supposed to have 5 cups of milk, but we only have 4 here. So we're just adding in 1 cup of water as well.
You know, you hold it this way, it'll be more consistent.
Oh.
Never mind.
Oh my gosh, stop splashing. Okay, we're just going to heat this up to a gentle simmer, and then we will cook our macaroni in it. We have a really simple mac and cheese recipe today. It's actually just 1 pot, so you're boiling your noodles and creating the cheese sauce in 1 pot.
What is coarse sea salt?
Well, that just means it's not as fine as other sea salts. So the actual size of the salt is a little bit bigger.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go downstairs.
I just used the elevator. This butter is soft, so I can pinch it and it. But you don't have to have soft butter.
Don't play with your food.
Don't play with your food.
Weird.
It's kind of ugly now. Now that our milk is boiling / simmering, we're going to add in our pasta and cook it according to the box. And this box says 11 minutes.
Try to lower it.
No, it's okay.
These are swirly.
Yeah,
I thought they're smaller.
so when this pasta cooks, it's gonna release some starch, which will make the consistency of the milk even thicker, so we'll have a really creamy cheese sauce.
Wow.
I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt so that the pasta can kind of soak in the saltiness. But not too much though. Okay, now that we're done boiling our pasta, we have our cheese, and this was in a block before, and we grated it ourselves because when you have pre-packaged cheese like this, they kind of put other stuff in it to make it not melt as well. Yeah, but it's okay if you do use pre-shredded cheese if you don't have the time. So we're just gonna add this in, and we're gonna melt it.
Ooh.
Ooh. And this is now on low heat. Do you want to put the rest? And then, just because we have leftover, I'm just gonna add some Parmesan as well. All right, we're gonna add some pepper. And then we're gonna add our garlic powder. Is that like a teaspoon? Okay. And then we're just gonna add a tiny bit of ground mustard.
Be shy. Get some more.
It's not coming out.
That's good.
Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. And then we're also going to add our butter. I think we're just gonna add half. So we don't want to be unhealthy. But you can add the whole thing if you want. We'll just taste it after. And then if it needs more butter, then we'll just add more butter.
Butter is better.
Like Anissa said, more butter, more better.
Yes, ma'am. Mac and cheese is coming along pretty nice.
Yeah. Pretty cheesy. How do you guys like your mac and cheese? Do you like it a little more liquidy or a little less liquidy? Really super cheesy or just a little bit cheesy? How do you like your mac and cheese?
I like my mac and cheese kind of thicker, where if you don't eat it in time, it'll like freeze up into like a block.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
We're holding off on more salt until we can taste it. Because remember, you can always put more, but you can never take away. So everything is combined. You can taste it, and if it's not salty enough, you can add more salt. But right now we are all done, so let's assemble. Hey, I think I heard this song again.
What did she sing?
Hey! So, a little birdie told me that y'all are making mac and cheese today, and mac and cheese is my favorite. So, I wanted to tell you what the record for eating a whole box of mac and cheese is. I'll give you 5 seconds to guess, and make sure to type your guesses right now in the comments, and I'll start the timer now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, are you guys ready to know what it is? Can I get a drum roll, please? Okay, so the record for eating an entire box of Kraft macaroni and cheese is 30.50 seconds. That is a bit too fast. Kids, please do not try beating this record because it is not healthy eating that fast. And yeah. But before I go, I just want to say, please save me some mac and cheese. Bye!
Wait, so you're telling me that's the world record?
Yeah.
I bet I can beat it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you don't believe me?
I think you should show us.
I can't show you right now. Maybe I'll make a video about it.
Oh, okay, let's look forward to that then. Okay, now that we are ready to assemble our boba, we're gonna add 1 cup of half and half to our 4 cups of tea. You can pour it in once I'm done pouring.
Should I pour it in here?
Yeah, you pour it right into the tea.
Even though the tea's warm?
Yeah, it's fine, because we have ice in these. Ooh. Okay. Let's start off with just a little bit of our sweetener, and then we can always add more to our own individual drinks if we want more. So maybe like 1/3 of it. A little more. Okay.
Now let's mix it up.
Oh, it's looking good. Okay, let's add some boba to our cups. It's not going to be black inside because I think the boba that people use in the stores or in the boba stores have food coloring in them. But these are all natural. You can just add however much you want. Now we have our boba. We're going to add our milk. Okay, let's pour it in.
Should we get a close up? Or just hold it up?
Now that we have our drinks done, we will get the mac and cheese and we'll do a taste test. All right, as you can see, we have our mac and cheese in a bowl and everything is ready. Oh, mystery man.
You scared me.
That looks boring.
Oh, I guess it's us.
Hot sauce.
Hot.
Oh,
Cheetos.
yeah.
Cheetos.
Hot.
Broccoli.
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 Oh, okay, well, thank you, mystery man. I guess we'll see you later.
Okay, see you.
All right, let's mix everything in.
Wait, Leah, I don't think we should add Cheeto chunks into this.
You're right, that would be kind of hard to eat. Maybe we should crush it up.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. All right, we have a plastic Ziploc bag and we will put some in this bag. Ooh. And these toppings are really totally optional. These toppings are totally optional. So you can put whatever you want in it. But let's crush it up. Ooh, good idea. Okay, now that we have mixed in all of our toppings, do you want to try it, Anson?
Yes, I do. I've been waiting for this the whole day.
Which one do you want to try first?
Let's try the hot sauce.
Okay, let's try the hot sauce. This is what it looks like. Let's just get a couple noodles. All right, ready?
Cheers.
What do you think, Anson?
I feel like the hot sauce is kind of overtaking the cheese. So I can't really taste the cheese.
The one that I had, it had a little bit less hot sauce, it was kind of a nice surprise, I guess. It was a little bit sour, and that was nice. What would you rate this out of 10?
I would give it a good 5 out of 10.
I would give it a 6 out of 10. All right, let's try this broccoli one.
Ooh.
This is what it looks like. Okay.
What do you think?
I think if you like vegetables, or if you want vegetables, it's a very good option. But there's not a lot of other things going on.
Yeah, but I really like how it adds texture to the macaroni.
What would you rate it out of 10?
I give it a 7 out of 10.
I will give it a 7 as well. All right, let's do furikake. It's very pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, this is an interesting one. I kind of like it.
I need another one.
I think the seaweed really adds another layer of flavor. Kind of makes it more interesting.
Because,
Yeah.
I don't know, for me, it caught me off guard for a little bit because the seaweed was kind of dry on top of the moist macaroni. And yeah, I like the crunch of the sesame seeds.
What do you think?
Give it a 6.
I think I give this a 7. I think I like this as much as the broccoli.
Alright, well, we saved the best for last. The hot Cheeto one. This is my personal favorite, so it might be a little biased, but
Okay, let's try it. I'm excited. I really like this one.
that is where it's at. What do you think about it?
I really like how the Cheetos give it a crunch. It's kind of like breadcrumbs, you know?
Exactly.
And if you like spicy, this is really good. It just gives it the perfect amount of spice. This is a very good one.
I really like hot Cheetos and I really like mac and cheese. If you put the two together, it is a perfect 10 out of 10 in my books. How about you?
I think I would give it a good 8.5 out of 10.
Okay, 8.5.
All right, we haven't even tried our boba yet.
All right, let's try it.
It looks like this. Okay,
The bowl kind of looks like mushrooms
kind of. I think
or olives.
when you make it, you should probably roll your balls just a little bit smaller because it does expand. But
Ready? Cheers.
cheers. It's pretty good. The boba's pretty chewy. Although it's a little bit soft on the outside, it's pretty good. And the milk and the tea really go well together. I like this drink.
Ooh. The boba is kind of hard to get up, but overall, milk tea is pretty good. Boba, if it's smaller, it'd be better. But I think it's pretty good still.
Thank you for joining us. Make sure you post your pictures or videos on Google Classroom so we can see it. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye!
Bye!